What's up, guys? This is WoT the Fell-Handed, and this is the first game in the champion tank. Now, I do have the regular German M10. This was on my quest years ago to own every single German tank, premium or not. I've attained that. That being said, I purchased a great deal of German premium tanks that I never played. I don't know why I did that. That was my whole thing. I wanted every German tank. Boom. Got it. Long story short, I don't know anything about this tank, where to shoot it, the armor. I'm just going for the normal places. I even try to aim for the turret, shooting APCR on some rounds to see maybe if I can get through it. So, you're going to see me make some shots that are a little questionable with APCR because I believe I have the horsepower of the gun to go through. Now, this is me not looking at armor inspector, statistics, just running a game in this tank. In the first game I have in this tank, I do okay. I don't do fantastic and I don't do poor. Probably middle of the road. I think I was right above 2K, something like that. Now, I do have a fairly decent crew in here. I think at the time I've got 7 or 8 perks. I'm putting some rounds down range here. Now, guys, also keep in mind I have no equipment on this tank. Could I put equipment on it? Yes. Don't really want to commit because I don't know how often I'll run this tank. That being said, it does have preferential matchmaking, which in my eyes is a way to really get back at matchmaking. So preferential matchmaking will really help you guys out as far as not throwing you directly to the wolves. So that's why I always preach preferential, no matter, even if it's an okay tank, it gets better just because of preferential. Now, I am kind of running through some APCR here. I am in a good position because I am outside of spotting range. They can't see me. I am using my partner's Zodiac in his champion, using his spotting range, and I'm putting rounds on target from a distance. Now, the downside of that is your shots aren't going to be super accurate because they're going to be extreme long range, and you may end up pulling some bounces that you typically wouldn't as normal, because even though you do have more penetration for your APCR, it's going to lose penetrating power over distance, unlike the tier 10 tanks, your medium tanks actually, excuse me. Your tier 10 medium tanks who fire APCR standard do not lose penetration over distance. Anyway, moving on. We're still in a really good position here. I haven't even got 6 cents, so I feel pretty comfortable. At this point, it's more about, turning my tank perpendicular to the enemy just so I can move back and forth to get, the better shots, because they're moving around the rocks this time, and I feel that if I'm in this location, if I had my hull like this, I could easily drop down behind this cover and start doing laterals, and at this range there'd be slim to no chance they could connect with me. I'm not really counting on the armor, although it seems like that this tank or tanks like this end up bouncing more than a couple of rounds. So we just got detected here, and we're just going to go ahead and back down. Go ahead and get into some nice tucked in hull down cover. And you always need to minimize your target silhouette, guys. No matter what tank you run, you want to be the smallest target possible. And that's exactly what we're doing here. And guys, you don't even need to have a tank with armor to go hull down and make good use of it. You just need to have a modicum of gun depression. If you don't, however, there are always ways around this. You can always cut up at an angle, kind of go sideways, because normally your guns are going to have a little bit more depression off the side of the tank than the front. Of course, it just depends on the tank. So right now here we have a Tiger running up on my platoon mates here. We go ahead and shut him down. I take a round and go ahead and back off. I've got some easy shots lined up here. Go ahead and finish that guy off. And you know, we're in an excellent position. We're in a very strong position. We've got a high DPM gun. We're doing fine. I'm going to go ahead and advance here a little bit. I'm kind of concerned that the gentleman on the left there may pull out and put rounds on me. So that's kind of what's keeping me from going. I'm also at the same time kind of hoping the guys I have eyes on right now will rush down further so I can get shots from my current location. So if you see me being indecisive, that's what I'm thinking at this point. Because so far I have had an enormous amount of shots from my current location, and I don't believe they're going to end anytime soon. I go ahead and decide to pull the trigger on this, and as soon as I do, he starts moving. Now, of course, the first round there, I don't really have the velocity of this tank down 100%. The shells are a bit sluggish, so I'm still trying to work through that, and somebody kills my target. But, you know, I want to speak about the mobility here, guys. This tank is not really that fast. It's adequate medium tank speed. Let's put it that way. It's not exceptional, and it's not bad. It falls somewhere along the middle. Now, I do have a couple of guys out here. I'm going to go ahead and try to put some rounds on target. If I had a vertical stabilizer or a GLD or a rammer, this would be a little bit different ball game. I probably would have DPM'd this guy, assuming everything hit, assuming everything pinned, and he would have been down for the count. Now, there is a Hellcat up here who's a one-shot. My idea here is I'm going to pull up far enough to get him lit up, and then I'm going to do a quick scope here and get rid of him. I'm having a little problems here. I'm experiencing a little difficulty trying to figure out which way best to turn this tank. And like I said, you know, however many games I have in the M10, the standard M10, has been from a long time ago. So this is essentially like a whole new tank for me. And I do enjoy it. I enjoy the color of this tank. I enjoy everything about it. Now, I was speaking about bouncing off of the turret. As you can see, I bounced 2 rounds there back to back. One of them was APCR. The other one might have actually been APCR. Go ahead and damage his gun. This thing has a tough turret if you get it in the proper area. It is just bouncing rounds back to back off the turret, damaging the gun. When he pulls up, obviously is when he kind of messes up there and I can get more rounds in him. So like I said, guys, we didn't do fantastic, but we didn't do poor at the same time. We ended up doing 21-47. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. We'll see you next time.